Hello, my little brilliant readers. It's story time. I'm so happy you joined me. We have a special story today. Can you guess what the topic is? You got it. Heroes. Superheroes. Just like you. You want to read and find out about what makes a real hero? Me too. Let's do it. I'm so happy you're here. Today we're going to read a story called Real Heroes Don't Wear Capes by Laura Driscoll, illustrated by Amy Woomer. Are you ready? 48, 49, 50? My friend Ben keeps count while I bounce on my pogo stick. 50 bounces! It's the most I've ever done. My little brother Dex cheers me on. Ethan, go for 60. But on 56, I lose my balance and hop off. 56, I yell. It's my new record. I've been working on my bounce record for a whole week, ever since I got my new pogo stick. Bouncing makes me feel like I'm walking on the moon. I could bounce all day, but Dex wants me to try, so I help him climb on. Meanwhile, I fill Ben in on some pogo stick trivia. Did you know that in the 1960s, you could buy a pogo stick with a motor? I tell Ben. It could bounce 12 feet in the air. Ben laughs. Ethan, how do you fit so many weird facts in your brain? Okay, so I'm a trivia nut. But you wouldn't believe the cool stuff most people don't know. Did you know that the longest piece of pasta ever made was 418 feet from end to end? I ask the cafeteria lady. She's speechless. Did you know that scientists found a 160-million-year-old fossil of dinosaur vomit? I tell Cindy Lopez on our field trip. I'm not sure she's listening, though, because she looks kind of pale, like she doesn't feel well. Did you know that Thomas Edison didn't like going to sleep either? I say to Dex, who was too wound up at bedtime. Come on, I'll read to you about pogo sticks. I've taken out every book in the library on pogo sticks. I've already read the ups and downs of pogo sticking, and It's a Spring Thing. Tonight, I open Pogomania, and that's when I see it. First cross-country pogo stick trek. Incredible journey across the U.S. Boyd, Boeing, Bauer. Plainfield, Connecticut. Record set on June 22nd, 1922. Hey, Dex, I say. This guy was from Plainville. From our town. I flip the page. It says here that Boeing Bauer bounced 3,000 miles through wind, rain, and snow over mountains and across deserts, I tell Dex. It took him 6 months to do it. What a hero! Dex's eyes get big. Wow, can we meet him? I wish we could, I say. I explain about how Boeing lived a long life in Plainville, but that he died in 1970. Hero is a word you hear a lot. What does it mean to you? Dex finally falls asleep. I curl up in bed wondering why I've never heard of Boeing Bauer. I'll bet nobody else in Plainville has either. That night, I dream that Boeing and I are bouncing across the country. We bounce 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 times. We keep bouncing until I lose count. I wake up wanting to tell the whole world about Boeing Bauer. I start at the bus stop. What strength, I say. What balance. He's my pogo stick hero. Hero? Kenny Spivey snorts. Did he have a rocket-powered pogo stick and a cool cape? Kenny, says Ben. I think Ethan means a real-life hero, not a superhero. Sure, it would be cool to fly or have extra vision, but that superheroes and their powers are make-believe. Real-life heroes are real people who do special things. Cindy Lopez pops her gum. If he's a real hero, she says, does he have a holiday named for him, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Or a statue like Abraham Lincoln's in the Lincoln Memorial, asks Kenny. Or maybe there's stuff about him in the museum, says Ben, trying to be helpful, like Jackie Robinson in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't know what to say. I don't think Boeing Bauer has a holiday, a statue, or a spot in any museum. But he should. In a little town like Plainville, we don't have many heroes. So I decide to write up a petition. Maybe if lots of kids sign it, Plainville will have a new holiday. Boeing Bauer Day. Some holidays, like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, are named for American heroes. Dr. King worked hard to change laws that treated people unfairly because of the color of their skin. He helped make our country a better place for everyone. At recess the next day, I hang up a poster and wait for kids to come over, but everyone seems more interested in kickball. How can I get their attention? Then it hits me. Trivia! Hey, I call out, did you guys know that the longest attack of hiccups lasted 68 years? Nobody seems to care except one little kid. I know that word, she says. H-E-R-O. Hero. I have a hero. Is it Boeing Bauer? I ask. Huh? She says. No, it's Mrs. Lipton, my teacher. I was sick all last week and she came to help me with my reading every day after school. I smile. That's great. But do you want to sign my petition? I want to start a holiday for... The girl's eyes light up. Great idea! She takes my clipboard. Hey, everybody, she calls out. Who thinks there should be a holiday called Mrs. Lipton Day? Lots of kids rush over. We do, they say. Before we know it, my Boeing Bauer Day petition has become a Mrs. Lipton Day petition. I decide to try something new. Did you know that most Americans eat more than 50 tons of food in their lives? That means supermarkets are busy places. I set up a table outside Super Shop and Save. Maybe I can raise enough money for a Boeing Bauer statue. The biggest statue of an American hero is of Sam Houston in Huntsville, Texas. It's 67 feet tall. In the 1800s, Sam Houston, did I say Sam Houston? I hope so. Sam Houston was a soldier, congressman, senator, and governor. He worked for equal rights for Native Americans. Excuse me, I say to one lady. Want to help honor a Plainville hero? She smiles. All right, I'd like to honor my neighbor, Mr. Mott. He mows my lawn and cleans my gutters, and he won't take a penny for it. I explain about Boeing Bauer and the statue I want to build. Boeing who? She says. The famous carvings on Mount Rushmore honor President George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. It took 400 workers 14 years to finish the monument. Everywhere I go, it's the same. No one wants to know about my hero, but they all want to tell me about their heroes. At swim lessons, my instructor, Padma, asks about the t-shirt I made. I tell her about Boeing. Then she tells me all about her cousin, Vijay. He took me snorkeling in Blue Lake to help me get over my fear of deep water, Padma says. After Dex's soccer game, I pass out some Boeing buttons. I tell Dex's coach, Mr. Neely, about Boeing. Then he tells me about his hero, his dad, who worked 3 jobs so Mr. Neely could go to college. Ethan put his hero's name on buttons. Some American heroes are on stamps and coins, like Susan B. Anthony. She worked for many years to get women the right to vote. The next idea is to make build it for Boeing signs. I let Dex color in the letters, but even at home, I hear about other people's heroes. My mom looks at my signs and smiles. Ethan, you remind me of Mrs. Cho, she says. You know, the lady who saved the old firehouse from being torn down? You're trying to save Plainville history, just like she did. I know my mom is trying to be nice, but this isn't about Mrs. Cho. It isn't about Mrs. Limpton, Mr. Neely's dad, Padma's swim teacher, or that supermarket lady's neighbor. I'll bet they are all great people, but this is about Bowen Bauer. I want everyone to know what a big hero he is. I try to cheer up by looking for more Bowen Bauer trivia. I flip through Far Out Firsts until I spot a photo of him. There's a caption, too. In 1922, Boyd Bauer pogo-sticked across the country and won the world's wackiest stunt contest. He gave all of his $5,000 prize money to help build the Plainville School. I wasn't sure I'd make it, said Bauer, but folks back home needed the money, so that's what kept me bouncing. Unbelievable, I say to myself. He was daring, determined, a great pogo sticker, and he didn't even do it for himself. He bounced through the rain and snow and desert to help others. Bowen Bauer was an even bigger hero than I'd thought. What is a hero? Ethan's hero is caring, helpful, and willing to work hard for other people. Do you know anyone like this? But wait a minute. I think back to what everyone said about their own heroes. First, they each worked hard to do something great for someone else, just like Bowen Bauer did. Second, none of them were famous. There's no holiday for Mr. Neely's dad. There's no statue of Padma's cousin. And I'll bet Mrs. Cho isn't in any museum. But maybe she could be. Maybe they all could be. Not all famous people are heroes, and not all heroes are famous. Fame is about people knowing your name. Being a hero is about choosing to do the right thing, even when it's not easy or popular. I forget the Boeing statue. Now I want to build something else. I won't need any money, but I'll need help. From Mom, from Mr. Neely, from Padma, and from lots of other people too. It isn't long before the Plainville Hero Museum is open for business in our garage. What gave you the idea to do this? The Plainville news reporter asked me. Well, I reply, it all started with a pogo sticker named Bowen Bauer. Just as the reporter takes my picture, Dex tugs at my shirt. Ethan, can my hero be in the museum? He asks me. Sure, I say. Who is it? Dex smiles. Guess. Oh, okay, I say, scratching my head. But this is one piece of trivia I don't know. It's you, says Dex. You let me bounce on your pogo stick, even when you want to. You give me piggyback rides, even when you're tired. You read to me at bedtime. You never miss my soccer games. And you do lots of other nice stuff for me. Wow, me? A hero? I don't know what to think, but I'm happy that Dex sees me that way. I look around. Lots of other people look happy too, happy to tell the town about their heroes. Okay, so Plainville might never have a Bowen Bauer holiday or monument or museum, but it does have a hero museum and a whole lot of heroes. You don't have to pogo across the country or change the world to be a hero. Anybody can be a hero, even you. The end. I hope you really liked our story about heroes. Gives you an awful lot to think about. I think that every single one of you is a hero inside your heart. You know what you can do to be a hero? Stand up for someone else. Be there when someone needs you. Show all that kindness and love you have in your heart to the world. And always do what's right. See, you didn't even know it. You're already a hero. I'm very proud of you. I hope you enjoyed our story. I really enjoyed reading it to you. Happy Hero Day. Keep reading, my little brilliant readers. I love you. And I miss you. Mwah.